Judge Pateen, in his wisdom, rejected that information. Brown University felt that because the data absolutely was overwhelming, they needed to take up the cause for intercollegiate sports and to fight the issue that student body ratios was a quota that they weren't going to tolerate.
They clearly were not fully and effectively accommodating the interests and abilities of women because they'd cut two very active and viable teams that had each won the Ivy championships within 1 or 2 years before being cut. So by our estimation, Brown failed all 3 tests, and ultimately they were found to have done so.
It just seems to me that if different numbers of participants are going to be the standard for determining discrimination, we've got a lot of work to do.
You've got mail.
Know what you call someone who pays double for internet access? An AOL user.
You've got a choice.
There's only one internet. Why pay double to get it? NetZero gives you the internet for less than half the price of AOL. Only $9.95 a month. And you can download NetZero in just 2 minutes. NetZero. Get the access without the excess. Call 877 only $9.95 or visit netzero.com.
All spring you work to get your lawn thick and green, and then along comes summer and the brown patches. Hi, I'm Ashton Ritchie with the Scotts Company. Don't just blame the summer heat. It's also insects, bugs you can't even see, eating your lawn alive. The solution? New Scotts Turf Builder with Summer Guard. It eliminates lawn-damaging insects. Plus, it greens up your lawn with a special summer fertilizer made for even the hottest months. New Scotts Turf Builder with Summer Guard. Put it down this weekend for your best summer lawn ever. Guaranteed.
Come on, you can do it. Just 30 seconds of Listerine, twice a day. Sure, it's a little intense, but think of all the germs you're killing. Listerine even kills the germs that can cause plaque and the gum disease gingivitis. That's right, you're fighting plaque and gingivitis every time. Keep it up, keep it up. Don't wimp out now. There. See? You can handle it. Germs can't. Listerine. Worth the time, every time.
The ESPY's in Hollywood. Come on!
It's so much fun.
It's the 10th Annual ESPY Awards, hosted by Samuel L. Jackson, with live performances by Snoop Dogg, Bootsy Collins, the Original P-Funk, and Carlos Santana. Wednesday, July 10th, 9 p.m. on ESPN.
They've been called a dream team, a gas to watch. Tony Kornheiser, Michael Wilbon.
This is the best show on television.
Pardon the interruption. 5:30 Eastern, weekdays on ESPN. And again at 7 on ESPN2.
Be time.
When you think of Brown, you think of a place that thinks outside of the box. You think of a place that, you know, really is on the cutting edge of things. Brown has always stood for, I think, opportunity for women, and opportunity for diversity, you know, so that's why it's ironic.
United, we'll never be defeated. The people, united, we'll never be defeated. The people, united, we'll never be defeated.
People storming into academic buildings, taking them over, people tying themselves to trees, people publicly standing up as sexual assault victims.
And it's nice, actually, to see athletes involved in that. Usually it's the beatniks or whatever else, or certainly that's our stereotype. But to see athletes actually pushing for some social change is a wonderful thing.
One might expect that a campus with a social conscience as finely tuned as Brown's would rally to the cause of gender equity. But this was not the case. Throughout the trial, the women's peers were strangely quiet.
I didn't see people marching, and now that may relate to the Brown campus as a whole, interested in social and political and economic issues, and perhaps this didn't cut along the same lines as something like apartheid.
It was a time when a lot of people were filing lawsuits over a lot of things, you know, the McDonald's coffee in the drive-thru. And I think we had that reaction a little bit, that is this just another suit?
They thought that the suit was too drastic, that you didn't need to file a lawsuit to get what you needed.
There was one editorial on the sports page. The title of the editorial was, "How do you sleep at night?"
They said, but you're just an Ivy League gymnastics team, so, you know, why are you making such a stink over this?
This is a school where people don't even attend the football games, really. It's a school where athletics are just not a central component.
They're not anti-sports, they're not anti-football, But you don't get put on a pedestal because you come to Brown wearing a high school varsity jacket. You're no more important as an athlete than as someone who got here because they're a good student who excelled in art, or music, or poetry, or computers.
Tension from the case spread from the athletes to the coaches and beyond.
A lot of our friends who were male athletes really weren't friends anymore. They viewed us as, I think, the evil gymnastics team. We were the enemies. They thought that because we were suing Brown for Title IX, we were going to have male teams cut.
There were athletes on the lacrosse team. They lost their positions on the team because numbers had to be cut on men's teams. Would get very frustrated with that and say, well, you know, this damn Title IX thing, what's it all about?
Especially at the end of the season when basketball was starting up, and a lot of the sense of, ugh, these women are just getting in our way of being able to practice, especially with the men's team.
The coaches who were involved, particularly the coaches of the two women's teams, were avoided in the hallways. People seemed afraid to be seen with them.
To just be seen, you know, walking down campus with me and down the halls was a no-no. It was very depressing. At times, it was very, very lonesome.
It's here, waiting for you. Inside is unlimited strength and power. It builds confidence and reshapes your body. It can change everything. This is Bowflex, an entire gym in one easy-to-use machine. So powerful, it delivers over 60 health club quality exercises with up to 410 pounds of resistance, all in the convenience of your own home. Strength training with Bowflex is so effective that we guarantee you'll get the results you want in 6 weeks or less. And you can own one with no money down and payments as low as $33 per month. Bowflex is real. The results are real. The question is, are you ready for Bowflex? For a free video and brochure, call or go online at bowflexdirect.com. Do the research, listen to real customers, then place your order online and get started. Bowflex. Who said change isn't easy?
Warning. This movie is so exhilarating. It can only be seen in IMAX theaters and other large format cinemas.
Now, the ultimate movie with the ultimate thrills is on the ultimate big screen. ESPN's Ultimate X.
This guy's crazy.
Rated PG, now playing at IMAX theaters and large format cinemas. Check local listings.
By 1995, litigation had continued for 4 long years. Jennifer and Lisa, freshmen when they signed on as plaintiffs, were now seniors. When news came out that Brown lost in the lower court, victory floated through the dormitory halls.
Lisa had lived next door to me, so she came out screaming and running through the hallways, yelling, "We won, can you believe it?" And it just sort of proved to everyone that, yes, I mean, we were doing something that had some merit, and that was just a great feeling.
Despite suffering one defeat after another, Brown still thought it was right and continued to appeal. Some were angered by this. Others simply asked why.
The multi-million-dollar question here is why Brown fought.
Brown felt that it did not do anything wrong and feels to this day that it did not and does not discriminate against any of its athletes, male or female.
Just put Brown in a bad light. You know, it's just not what the school's about. The school's about participation, equality.
I suspect that the reason that Brown went to the lengths that it did to defend itself is because it was a matter of institutional pride, and Brown felt that its institutional autonomy was at stake.